Hello, hello, hello. Welcome.
Hello,
Oh,
darling. How are you?
well, I'm better now. We had a bit of a hiccup there. Excuse me to all of our followers and people watching and people wanting to see this podcast. We had something going on with StreamYard. So here we are. It's on Bali time.
About to
So
say we were on Bali time, baby.
we're on Bali time, that's for sure. How are you, Emma? It's so great to see you.
Oh, I'm fabulous, my darling. And how are you? Literally just got off the plane, didn't you, from your amazing trip in Bali? I cannot wait to hear about it.
Yes, so got off this morning, was flying most of the evening, most of the night, and yeah, here I am at home. Had to jump on the podcast, have a quick shower, and here I am. Great to be here.
Oh, that's fantastic, darling. So just briefly, quickly, last week we gave everybody some homework. We wanted them to implement the 5 pillars of how to help kickstart your metabolism. So hopefully everybody was able to incorporate some of those into their life. Let's
So who
hope.
has? Give us a big yes in the comments. I can see some of the comments depending on what platform you're watching us. Who has implemented the 5 steps that Emma suggested? Give us a comment in the box below.
Definitely. Now, my darling, did you manage to implement any of the pillars while you were away on your incredible trip? I'm sure you did. I'm sure you moved your body. I saw you went on an incredible hike. That looked amazing.
Absolutely. So we did. We climbed Bali's second highest mountain. It's a volcano. So Mount. Oh, I better get this right. Mount. It starts with B. Mount Benong, I think it was. Michelle will be really annoyed with me if I don't remember it. So yeah, we were climbing. It was so steep. It was fascinating. The ash, you could still see the ash because the last time the volcano erupted was in the 60s. So it wasn't that long ago. So we were climbing up volcanic ash and volcanic rock. It was just absolutely fascinating. Had to get up, got up. So we went to dinner the night before. We sat next to Marina Pryor. Would you believe it?
I
That
saw
was
your post. I mean, it just looks like you ticked off so many boxes on this trip.
Oh, it's crazy. I went to brunch with Mark just before I jumped off the call and I'm like, I've got so much to tell you. Yes, crazy trip. So yeah, got up at 1 o'clock to drive to the village where the volcano that we climbed and climbed with hardly any sleep. It
Fantastic.
was
Amazing.
fascinating. Yeah, it was fascinating. So, hi, Facebook user, if you want to click on the link above, we'll be able to see who you are. Said, I would love to hear them. What is it that you would love to hear? The 5 steps that Emma suggested last week on the last week's podcast. Do you want to give a quick summary of them? Oh, it's
Yeah.
Paula. Hello, Paula.
Uh-huh.
Lovely to have you
Oh,
here. I love Paula.
beautiful.
Paula's a Your Two Minds community member. Okay, so
Oh,
she'd love to the 5 steps
yep,
that you
beautiful.
presented.
All right.
And you
Fantastic.
can watch last week's podcast in the Millionaire Roundtable Facebook group. So it's in there. Have a watch. Emma did an extraordinary job about metabolism. Over to
Definitely,
you.
definitely. And we want to boost it. That's what we want to do. So we eat more protein is a big kicker. And I like to add protein to every meal. That is a big help to boost your metabolism. Exercise. So moving your body every day. It could be a brisk walk, it could be an incredible hike over in Bali. Add we're not all as lucky to do that, but I went to the You Yangs actually on the weekend, which was
There you go.
amazing. Also add strength training into your workouts. So this could be as simple as some light dumbbells, or you can go heavy kettlebells like I know you love, my darling, or it can just be simple body weight exercise. So push-ups, sit-ups, anything where you're creating resistance which is going to help boost your metabolism, but it's also going to help afterburn. Drinking plenty of water, staying really hydrated, and really good quality sleep. They're my top 5. Protein, exercise, moving your body, strength training, lots of water, and lots of sleep. So I'd love to hear who got into that last week. But what I'd love to hear even more, my darling, is about this trip and what you took away from the summit and how your self-image played a big part in what you were able to gain from that incredible experience.
Sure. So for me, I think the summit was, look, it was absolutely incredible, out of this world. But it was more about reflection on what has happened in my life, and I had to pinch myself so many times, because most of our viewers know my story. Had a great job, decided to, knew what my gift was for many, many years, ever since I was a child, decided to quit my job and go into business. And the irony of how all of this came into play, as you know, Emma, and maybe some of our listeners, our followers know, maybe not, Michelle Gardner, who has been a client of mine for 2 years, shared her C-type goal and her dream of that she had, her impossible dream from day one with me. And that was to basically provide a forum and a voice to many women around the world, and provide them with an opportunity to really get their message out there. And the way that she wanted to do that is a number of ways. And 2 of those ways was to interview each of these women so that they can answer 3 questions in a book about themselves. And the second was through the summit. Now, that might sound like a small task, but it was mammoth. If you understood all the challenges that Michelle went through, they were just astronomical. And she ended up pulling off 2 incredible books. One was an Amazon #1 bestseller. The second one was the Indonesian version, with 55 Indonesian women representing themselves in that book. And that was launched at the summit, and created this incredible forum of 3 days where business women, leaders, women with power can come together so that they can express themselves and learn from each other and grow. And it was absolutely out of this world. But for me personally, I think the biggest thing for me was the reflection of my 6.5 years in business, and what if I had quit? What if I had quit? And the irony of all of this was that Michelle's second year in my program finished on the 16th of June. 16th of June, that was her last day in the, she completed the second year Your Two Minds program, coaching program. 16th of June was when I flew out to Bali with my friend Olivia. So she had achieved her, or about to move into and completing her C-type goal, with all the struggles, all the challenges, and her coaching, the second year coaching had finished with me the day that I was going. So for me, and I also had some of my Your Two Minds community members there, and for me, it was so many things. It showed me that had I not changed my self-image and saw myself as a businesswoman, saw myself as someone to be valuable enough to be in Bob's 0.5% in the world, Bob Proctor's 0.5%, top consultants in the world working, had I not changed my self-image to be the best at what I do, this may not have ever happened. I may not have been able to lift other women in my community up. It was also, an absolute, it was just in awe. I was so proud just watching Michelle and what she had created and all of the incredible women there. And it just proved to me even more deeply 2 things. One, I have no choice but to continue to improve my self-image, continue to step into the best version of myself, because I am sharing my gift in the world, and my gift in the world have literally helps other people break through, literally. And I believe I did that in the keynote. I was a keynote speaker. I believe I did that brilliantly, better than what I have ever done before. I believe every single woman after that session with me walked out differently. And that's my purpose. So for me, it was a deep, deep, deep confirmation as to that, you know, this work must keep going through me, and I must keep stepping into bigger and higher versions of myself. Keep feeling the fear, stretching myself, and growing into a bigger self-image that's able to serve more people. Secondly, what it proved to me is that this stuff absolutely works. What I coach people through, it's not me that does the work, Michelle did the work. Michelle is the one that deserves, you know, the accolades. She has done this. She has had the sleepless nights pursuing her dream. But she was also a very diligent student, would always reach out, ask questions, and applied, you know, everything that my Your Two Minds programs suggested. And what she created was absolutely incredible. So the second thing, it was even deeper proof that this stuff works, you know, and a big, big part of my coaching is the self-image. And the beauty of it is, now that one cycle, and it was celebration, you know, celebration of Your Two Minds, celebration of every single woman that was there. Michelle managed. So the beauty. So remember, Emma, you know how I say, when you dare to go for your big, big dream, the big, big, big dream that you think is impossible, and you've absolutely made a decision, no matter what, that you're going to achieve it. And a decision means that you don't quit. A decision means that no matter how hard it is, you keep going.
Yeah.
And one thing that I always say, I promise you the results will be extraordinary. They'll be way, way better than what you've ever expected. Way better. And this is what happened for Michelle. She had Tony Childs there.
No, amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
What a woman, what a voice.
Oh.
She had the former president, Indonesian president's daughter there, an intimate group of people.
No, it's actually, I'm actually getting quite teary. It just looked phenomenal. And to hear you talk about it, it's just
She also had Indonesia's most famous activist there, Irma. She managed to have it in Michael Frantis, who's another famous musician.
And his wife, wasn't his wife there?
There, yes, Sarah Franti. Yeah, but they owned the resort. We had it in their resort. It's an amazing resort, Soulshine. So Michael Franti knows Michelle Gardner now. And then you pursue your dream, and you're alive, and you're aligned, and you are, you know, you're afraid, you know, there are challenges, but you are dead set. I'm going to do this. What's the next step? What's the thing that's going to come through? I'm completely committed. We went to dinner. She took me to the most exclusive restaurant in Indonesia. I'm so grateful to her. And we were in our self-image. You know, we were the women that belonged there. There was not one little bit of me that felt uncomfortable there. Not one little, you know, little whatever cell in my body felt uncomfortable. I completely belonged there, and so did she. So as a result of that alignment, guess who sat right next to us?
I know.
I looked up and I saw this beautiful woman. I didn't know who it was. And then I looked twice and I'm like, oh, Michelle, Marina Pryor is sitting right next to us.
So fantastic.
So this is all that self-image does. Make a decision. What is it that you really love? What is your heart saying to you that you're here for? How are you going to serve bigger and better?
Yeah.
And what's your self-image now, and how do you change it? Open up to the bigger version of you, because she or he is inside you. This doesn't just happen to Susanna and Michelle. I've had clients over and over and over again say to me, whoa, when they've opened up, when they've decided to go for a big thing and following the steps of the Your Two Minds program. I had a client visit us, and you know who this is, Emma, all the way from the States all the way to Australia. She came to Melbourne just to visit us, right? Never been out of the States. This is how much Your Two Minds meant to her. And the biggest reward was when her sister and her husband of years said to me, I've never seen my wife, my sister, as confident as she has been since she's done your program. Okay? Self-image. Self-image will take you around the world. Self-image will take you wherever you want to be.
I love hearing you talk about it. I can feel it. I can feel the passion. I can feel the excitement, and you should be so damn proud, girlfriend. I mean, I've seen snippets of the summit from different girls that I've managed to connect with through Your Two Minds and through the community. And I've seen Olivia's performance and Laura, things that Laura's been commenting on. It just looked mind-blowing. And you should, as should all of those incredible women, and Michelle, I mean, I can't even begin with Michelle, but you should be so proud that you have guided those women to understand the truth of who they are. And what an incredible experience for you as our delicious goddess mentor to be there over there and see what these women are doing, and to be a part of that and an integral part. I mean, I'm actually I'm really emotional about it. It's absolutely fantastic. And you're right, it does work. This does work, and that's proof, my love. That summit is proof, and you should be on cloud 999, my love, after that. It's just incredible.
Em, I can't explain the feeling. I can't explain the feeling. I am.
I can imagine. I actually feel so teary looking at you. So
yeah, I can't. You know me. I love my community. I love people, and just to see what she has done. Even though she's gone through some challenging times, and to be there with Olivia and see her perform her Zumba, and Laura do what she does best. She did a beautiful meditation for us, and Yasmin, seeing Yasmin achieve, and not only the Your Two Minds, there were other women there that were just incredible. Other presenters, we had millionaire women that were presenting. We had, women there that were participating, that had been in 55 Faces as authors, that just wanted to attend the summit. And the unity that we felt, as a group, was just incredible. And I think every one of these women will go off and think deeper and raise their self-image and really think about their lives and the next steps for their lives and what's possible for them.
And how exciting the ripple effect from this summit, and how it's going to change other people's lives because of what you've all experienced together and what you're all now bringing home to your own communities. It's going to just be widespread, isn't it? The reach of what you've all been through. I mean, I feel it just talking to you. I mean, God, bring it on. I'm coming to the next one, baby. I mean, I've got a little bit going on at the moment, which I know you know, but next time they'll come hell or high water, I'm going to be there, my love.
Yeah. And even in our challenges, in our darkest moments, I know that you've got a lot going on, Who do we choose to be in this very moment? Who do we
100%.
choose to move into? Who do we choose to open up to? Because there is greatness inside you. And it
Yeah.
might be scary and nerve-wracking and all of that stuff. But the greatness is there regardless. And the question is, do you choose to tap into that greatness? Or do you choose to allow the fear to overwhelm you?
100%. 100%. Who do you choose to be? Do you show up as her every day? And I love what you said before about, Michelle had challenges, but she just kept on keeping on, didn't she? She just opened up, and as did yourself. And you're right, self-image, it's so incredibly vital to being the best version of yourself.
Yeah. Michelle is not the same person. She's not the same. She had to move into a new self-image to create this book and this summit. However, moving through her creation and her summit, she's again a different person. And the beauty of her is, even though she's been through so much, she does not give up. She is fierce in her vision. And she's saying to me, oh, I wonder what's going to open up next. I wonder what's going to, and she's already planning ahead and moving into that person. She's become, something has changed in her. She was with 4, she saw herself as a leader, and the universe rewarded her being amongst 4. So there was when, the president, so Jenny Wahid, who's the former president's daughter, oh my goodness, what an incredible woman. There was also another lady, I keep forgetting her name, but she's absolutely incredible. She founded an organization which is huge now in Indonesia and the Philippines, where they help women during the birthing process as well as their partners, and really empower women and support them during labor, during birthing and after birth. Absolutely incredible organization, incredible. And Irma, who's the famous Indonesian activist, social activist, you could feel the greatness. There was greatness in the room. There were giants in the room. And Michelle's image moved into becoming the 4th one of those giants. Yeah. It was beautiful to watch. So you can only create greatness from greatness yourself. You need to be great. You need to tap into your soul, which is greatness. You need to create from within the new version of you in order to experience greatness, in order to make great change, in order to tap into greatness and use it.
Love it. I love it. Amazing. So incredible.
So my message coming from Bali in terms of self-image is, don't look at your self-image from the outside. I was at this resort. I spent the 2 last nights at resort, and oh my God, I've never seen so many aesthetically beautiful people in the one place. They were absolutely stunning, stunning. And that's wonderful. That's wonderful. But how much value do we put on the outside without working on the inside, without seeing our greatness on the inside first? Because you can, spend millions of dollars looking great on the outside, but if you don't feel great, if you're not tapping into your greatness within, your life might not change. So we have to flip it over. We have to tap into our own inner greatness and feel beautiful, look beautiful too. That's important to me also, but not at the expense of feeling great inside first, because that's where my power comes from first and foremost. So for our listeners, what does it mean to you to be great, to feel great? What does it mean to you to tap into your greatness? Start to write a few things down, because you've heard in this short segment that anything is possible. We've seen it happen. We've witnessed it in the Your Two Minds community. We witnessed it over and over and over again. That's what I love about the work that I do. But it takes work, and it takes a decision, and it takes getting uncomfortable. Change is not easy. But I promise you now, positive change from within is way beyond worth it. It will bring you miracles and gifts that you couldn't even imagine. So what does it mean to you to tap in to your own greatness? That's what I'd love to leave our viewers with today. Start to feel it. How would you love to feel about yourself? How would you love to serve the world if anything was possible? And who do you choose to be in this moment? Who are you opening up to experiencing? Are you experiencing your challenge, your problem, your positive experience, whatever it is, from a place of your inner greatness and opening up to her or him? Or are you staying in your fear and allowing fear to overwhelm you?
Beautiful. Beautiful message, darling. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Wow, that was incredible. I just loved hearing about that, Susanna. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you. And thank you to every single person on this call. Thank you, or watching this podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, you have a choice right now. Are you going to allow the fear to overwhelm you? Or are you going to move through your fear from your place of greatness? You have a choice every single minute of your life. You can make that choice. You have greatness within you. What does it mean to you to be great? What life would you love? What would you love to do? But remember, it takes courage and it takes work. And you will be uncomfortable until it becomes a natural process, a natural way of being. And finally, another massive shout out to Your Two Minds member, client, Michelle, our incredible Michelle Gardner. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, what an impression you have left, and will continue to do so for so many women. Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, everybody. Bye for now.
Bye, darling. That was amazing.
See you next, same time, same place, next Monday. Bye-bye.